Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stream on Sunday. Hopefully, y'all you're having a good Sunday so far. And yeah, so hello, hello, Pawn Point. And today I wanted to just continue some of the work that we did yesterday. Didn't get to do a whole lot of changes yesterday, besides some minor fixes, kind of just around collisions, and I'll show you some of those in just a little bit. And of course, trying to get this thing done a little bit better. This um, this kind of this asphalt surface to uh, to kind of to have a backup of it and sculpt it a little bit better. Um, And so yeah, let's take a quick look at that, and also fixed the flashlight that wasn't working properly yesterday. So let's see how the flashlight works and kind of have a little bit of an update on the collisions as far as like entering the sewer. So if you remember yesterday, there were some issues with the collisions. So now you can actually just like if you go like on top of the opening, you can just like drop in here, and then you can engage the ladder to get out as well. Now let's take a look at just the. Oops, I think I was a little bit too much on the edge of that. All right, so now for the flashlight. So now the flashlight works, and it's kind of just tied to the camera. So wherever you point the camera, the flashlight is pointing as well. A while back, I had it done where it was like an actual, like a physical object, where you'd be able to you kind of just hold it in your hand and point it that way. It was kind of okay-ish. I liked it to some extent. I'm still kind of torn on that, like whether to use it. But for now, I'll just keep it the way it is, with this kind of just the regular setup for like what we see in most other video games with the flashlight. Yeah, so not a lot of really big updates since yesterday, but this is just a small set. Hey, DLL, doing good. How are you? Welcome to the stream. And and this is kind of it's really odd. Like I'm really not sure how this is generated. Like literally same setup yesterday with even more tabs open, and this was down to like sometimes wasn't showing, sometimes was like 100, now it's like 800. I really don't get it how this is calculated. It's it's kind of odd. So, anyways, let's I'm still investigating how that is handled and displayed. But again, it's totally odd to me how yesterday was one number, today is one number. Um, Again, my video card is mechanically probably not as it was, and I'm not sure if that might impact anything. But anyways, yeah. So the thing that I was mentioning yesterday was trying to create like a little bit of a like a kind of a collection tank. I'm not sure what like a civil engineer would might have a better idea on what the name of it would be, but kind of like I would say like a gathering area where some of the NPCs would hang, and that have taken refuge in the sewers. And haven't been able to do a whole lot of that, so I'm just gonna try and maybe find some references and literally kind of just uh, try and work this out from scratch. And so it might be a little painful, bear with me. Hopefully something interesting will come of it. And yeah, let's get to it. I'm just gonna try and look for like I'm not even sure what to name that collection area sewer. Um, because as I said, let's take a look at some trying to find some reference photos, and of course most of them that you will find are probably from like a video game. So I'm trying to find something from like real life type of stuff. Like for example, this something like this, I think would is kind of what I'm looking for. You know, um, this kind of uh, underground central location within a sewer. You know, where like the pipes would kind of collect. Um, this is a little too big for the size of town. This is kind of like a really big type of area, you know, like for like a big city. So um, I think that one was so or something like this, like a sewage collector. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, you don't even know what to look for as far as this. Uh, is it a structure? Is it a what do you call it? So I think I'm gonna start off with something like this because I already have like the pipe going into this, and we can probably build something from what I already have made up in Blender. You know, I can already like create this kind of drainage thing around the pipe itself. So, you know, like the pipe would end up into this room, and you know, I would just need to like put up the walls, you know, maybe some decals around the tops, you know, to add some dirt and you know, kind of just collective type of stuff that would like the runoff that would come from like the water. So yeah, you know, the pipe is already I already have the pipe going in. And yeah, let's start and see what we can make with this one. You know, we can, you know, add some variety off of it once it's done. But let's see what we're gonna end up with. I'm uh, I'm curious myself as to where this is gonna take us. All right, so I'm just gonna open up Blender here, and I got the sewer with all its like little bits and pieces. And we'll go back into Unreal here. And I'm also going to get like a kind of a grate opening like what we had before so we can you know, get some light in there. Let me see, where did I put one of those? At least I thought I had one around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's my light. I'm just going to use this one to maybe place it somewhere around here-ish, I believe is where I wanted to have that area. And at first, I kind of started prototyping with some of these assets that are just some like barriers to create the walls. You know, so that's about there. I think I might want to lower them a little bit because they're right on to um, where the street is. So I'm just gonna keep using these for reference until we build up the space around it. So this would come in here. Let's try and lower this down a little bit. Some of the exits will be like a little bit of a taller climb they would have to do on the ladder. So this one would kind of drop to about here. Let's try and position the tubing around it. Hey Atlantica, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great Sunday so far. All right, So that one is about in place, I would say. I'm not sure why the material got a little messed up. I don't know if it's something that has to do with my, oh yeah, it looks like, let me just fix this real quick, guys. Um, is it the roughness in here? As I was saying, I kind of split some of the materials to be able to use virtual textures where I want to or not. And so some of them I just need to add the actual virtual textures because I still have some that are not virtual textures. You know, like whenever there's like a lower resolution, I try to not necessarily use virtual textures. Um, Apparently, I mean, my understanding is that the higher the resolution, the better you are using virtual textures. Uh, oh, yeah. I am good. I am good. It's kind of funny. Me and my friends, we got into pickleball. So so it's kind of the season is upon us because you know, there's like a variety of ages within my friends and um, you know, pickleball is like something that everybody can do. So everybody's, you know, got into pickleball, and I'm like, okay, you know, let's do it. And yesterday I went to see Fall Guy. So if Fall Guy is like such a good movie, it's like a really fun movie, kind of like a what, you know, for the theaters. Imran, hello. And again, I apologize whenever I butcher your name, so my apologies for that. Yes. Okay, so let's get back into here. And hey, Bob, welcome, welcome. And in here, what I wanted to get is I wanted to get that, if you remember from, where's the photo here? There's this kind of like this, I'm just gonna open it here. And, oh, actually, that's awesome. There was like more than one image, even though I am, it looks like, it looks pretty interesting. So that's good. So what I want to create is this kind of this half, what do you call like a half of a cylinder? I'm not sure, but you know, this drainage to continue the drainage from here, right? So let's we'll what I'll do is I'll take this straight cylinder here and I'll just cut this down the middle, so I can get that. I can also get the little the sludge at the bottom with the kind of the water flowing along with the, and then just extend it out and create the floor. And let's see how this is going to work out. All right, first I wanted to, actually I'm just going to go and add a, let me see what would be the best way to do this. Actually going to start like this. So that's about half. I don't have these perfectly rotated, but I can adjust the edges to scale them afterwards. So yeah, I'm going to use that. And let's move that to a different layer. All right, so let's remove these faces. So this is going to be that that drainage. I'm not sure you call it like a drainage ditch or what could you call it, but and since I want to make that straight and not just the entrance, I'm just going to go and grab like this part here and remove it along with this part here. All right, so there we go. We have this section here just for kind of that collection area. And what I'm gonna do is just gonna also remove these so I can extend the floor from here. So this and this, and then this one also I'm gonna need to delete this part at the end. I am really curious to see how this is gonna turn out because, like I said, I didn't get around to uh, find too many reference photos. Uh, so this will kind of act as the floor. There we go, like that. And with this one, let's go ahead and I'll export this. Let me see, where do I want a sewer pipe? All right, so let's go back into Unreal. And so the sewer pipe is going to replace these two down, or not but that collection unit. I'm guessing I'm coming up with names for some of these. And let's get that in. Um, and import it. All right, so just bring it right in here. There we go, and this is what we end up with. So it kind of drains into that. The main reason that I wanted to make it like this is that, um, since you're crawling through this, I didn't want to, what was that reference photo? And see this one exactly the same. I didn't want to put it like, I was thinking about putting it a little higher, but then it would be a little odd as to how do you climb into that, from the collision standpoint. So this is, it works to the reference image as well as, I think it works uh, from how it is. Hey, Nikita, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the words. Sorry, I just noticed your comment. Not sure if how long ago you made it, but thank you. I didn't have uh, the the stream window up. Okay, so there we go. We have that in there. Let's apply some. Yeah, as you can see, there's like the levels are a little bit off from one side to the other, so we should be good. Hey, Blue Eagle, welcome, welcome. How are you? All right, so this one, it's using the same materials, so should be relatively straightforward. Kind of the dirt on the bottom, and then the sewer, the concrete section. There we go, just like that. Okay, so that's good. Can try and lift this up a little bit higher, but it still hits this one here. So let's try and just expand this out a little bit like that. And like this, there we go. Hey, so this is called On Your Own, just like the name of the stream, which is a kind of like an action adventure first-person shooter, and it's um, it's kind of just a realistic video game. It's not a it's not a like a zombie kind of video game. I get that question a lot because everybody's like that's a really popular genre, I guess. So I mean I like it too, so I'm not gonna diss it because I play zombie games. But yeah, it's a single player game, and yeah, like the world is it's getting there, it's let me see, I can show you a little bit around here. Um, so yeah, the world is starting to get there. Yeah, and this counter went up a little bit more. But yeah, currently working on the town area and some of the sewer areas around here, and yeah, that's kind of the focus of the stream today. All right, so I kind of like these, using uh, these barriers as the walls. They're rather interesting. Fig Vertex, hello, welcome, welcome. All right, so let me make this space a little bit bigger here. And we'll fix kind of the edges around here a little bit better. Let's see if we can increase the strength of this, make it a little bit brighter. And also this, there's like the whole of um, um, of the sewer has its own post-process volume, so I'm gonna try and use it over there as well. And hopefully that will also help a little bit more with the lighting. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think it's for a couple of reasons, right? So one of them is, as a single player game, you are on your own. So that's one of the reasons. And the other one is um, that I am working on this project on my own. And that's kind of, I guess, the reason that I ended up naming it that way. And of course, nowadays there's like, I think, it's kind of hard to copyright on your own. And yeah, uh, it's a little generic in that regards. All right, there we go. I think that works a little bit better for the lighting down here in this area. The other thing that I wanted to do is let me just clear out this decal first before I go any further. And I believe that one might be one of these guys. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So let me resize it. There we go. That way it's not spilling into down here. And yeah, I'm probably going to lower this a little bit better. So let's go back into this level instance and and edit this one. Oh, hey, Blue Eagle. Yeah, and one thing that I keep on telling folks is just don't give up, because I mean it takes time because it's a really complex type of stuff, right? But but I would say to not give up, um, especially if you like doing it, because for example, in my case, like I really love doing it, so you know, even like, after 5 years of CryEngine and having to give up all that progress, not that it wasn't a good learning experience, but to me it was still useful. It was a useful experience. So it wasn't all lost, or it wasn't all for nothing, so to speak. Let's see, which one of these lights am I actually using? There's like two of them in here. I don't need both. There we go. That should be a little bit better. All right, let's do the back wall here where kind of this drainage is coming in, and that should be interesting for a little bit, but I'm just gonna try and use this here because this one is already in place, and I just need to um, let's see. I probably need this section here. Oh, before I do that, actually, what I wanted to do is I wanted to try and adjust these. There we go. So they're like on the same level. There's not too much stretching going on, which is good. All right. So what I was thinking of doing is basically this. Um, Oops. What is it? Not, did I select a lot of them? No. Oh, that's why? Okay. I was kind of wondering why it didn't rotate properly. So there we go. We have this one here. It's not going to be perfect, but it's got that lip, that outer lip on this drainage pipe. So I'm going to use that to kind of mask this end here. So they should match over there. It's kind of making a circle. It's not a perfect circle, but I think it should work. All right. And now let's just try and make like a something like that. And apply the material, which is the proper one already applied. That's good. I'm hoping the normals are facing the right way. Let's just check real quick. And since this one, they look like they're the right way. Okay, good. So let's re-export this and see how it looks in the engine. There we go. That's not too shabby. I think that might work. Oh, subsurface in Blender. What do you mean, Bob? What's because again, some of these terms I don't know much of. What's a subsurface? Like what is that? Is that like the subdivision or oh gotcha. Okay, okay. Uh goes to tell you that I'm kind of self-taught. Yeah. A lot of these terms are like they kind of go over my head. All right, let's see if we can fix this lip around here. Oh, Rhino. Okay, I haven't used Rhino. I've seen it. I think I've seen it in the past, but yeah, I haven't. All right, so let's try and fix this here and get it to bevel. Go on. First, I'm just gonna split this up. Let's clear sharp. Clean the sharps from this one. Grab these two edges. And let's see if we can bevel it like that. Okay, I think that should work out pretty good. And since these ones sometimes like the bevel, I'm not sure why, but it messes up um, the UVs. So a handy way to work with that is kind of lock this in place, and then if I'm just going to select these other faces, can just make it so that they follow along. So there you go. And then do the same thing here. Though, did I make this one a little bit too short? I think I might have. Let's see, do I have the same issue on this side? Doesn't look like it. Let me see, did they get a little messed up? They're not very symmetrical, are they? It's probably because of since um, when I cut it, it wasn't like a perfect cut on that. Hey, Blue Eagle, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, have a good day as well, or evening. So I'm not too hung up on the fact that they're not perfectly symmetrical, but I would like to have the UVs work kind of like that. Okay, let's see how this looks. All right, that's better. It's got a little bit of a bevel onto it, which is nice. And we can try and apply some decals along this edge, kind of just like some of those like yellow marking kind of things. And let's see how that will how that will look. I believe I have some of them. Let me check. And tools. Oh, actually, I was kind of wondering about this because that was some of a few of the settings that I was playing around with yesterday, and it seems like a lot of them are that number is dropping. Let me see. It's kind of just finding the balance for the proper number with the texture streaming pool as well. And I know there's like a couple of settings that I'm still investigating to hopefully address this a little bit better. Okay, and I'm gonna need to link these once I'm done with this area. But let's see about putting up some decals, which should also help with some of this area. And let's see, where do I have some of those? And also the other thing is, especially on this wall and with this material, if I lower this a little bit further down, I can hopefully have this crack right alongside the bottom of this. And so that way, kind of using it in that regards. Let me check and see this texture here. I'm gonna try and export this. All right, there we go. So that way, back in Blender, I can open this image, which I think is this one. And now just try and position the UVs. So that way that large damage is at the bottom at the top, kind of like that. Okay, that should also help with this. And maybe can we do the same thing for uh, the the bottom section of this? Let's see how this is gonna turn out. I'm not sure where to place this. Hey, when you think you can release a demo? So Imran, my hope is to have the demo out this summer. That's what I'm striving for, kind of working towards. Hey, Maestro Burger, welcome, welcome. And so and that's why I'm trying to kind of work on these areas, to get those in. That's why kind of some of the focus was on on getting some of these areas worked on. So I'm going to try and add that damage around that area. Maybe the same for this one. Let's see how this is going to look. All right, so it gets some more of that damage on that side. We'll see how it looks in Engine. All right, and let's re-import this. Oh, that's actually not bad. See, now I can probably drop the intensity of this one a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Maestro. Thank you so much. Yeah, now there's like some damages around here, and this one I can like expand it out a little bit more. And that's kind of where the collection area is coming in. This is going to be like kind of just like a sewer grate in here. And yeah, there's like some of the damage around here where some of this is going on. Let me try and actually work on the kind of the pixel depth offset for this. Maybe it's going to blend in a little bit better. There we goes. I think it kind of blends in a little bit better with the sides. All right. And yeah, not too shabby. So now I'm going to use the same material to do the ceiling. But I was saying let's look for some decals on the for these edges. For Vertex, it looks too realistic. Well, I wish it was. I mean, I know it can be even better, and I'm also seeing some little issue back there that I'm gonna need to fix. Um, but yeah, it's I would say it's getting there, but yeah, there's still room for improvement. There's always room for improvement, you know? All right, there we go. So that's that. And I think I can also work on the ceiling here. And for this one, just gonna try and rotate it like that. Scale it down a little bit. Let's see how we want to place it. Let's see how that looks like that. So Maestro, I just saw that. Animate the water. No, it's actually just like right now, and you will see that it's kind of flowing the wrong way, but it's just a detail, like a panning detail. So it's kind of simple. The other thing that I had added, and actually now that you, thank you for reminding me, is where did I put those? There were some like joints around here, like this little particle effect here to add a little bit more movement to it. So something like around here for where like where it joins. So where it drops into that, just have a little bit of this. There we go. Okay, so it's coming together. um, which is fun. All right, we'll throw some decals on here and also expand this area a little bit onto the side here. I'm kind of liking this one for the walls. I like the kind of having those metal accents in there. And this will be kind of like a little bit of an area where some of the NPCs have gathered, right? And we'll put in some like, maybe like some sleeping bags, maybe some like food stuff, kind of stuff, that kind of those kind of things. Yeah, this one this one will need to be fixed. Uh, this particular acid, because there's like sections of it where, as you can see, the water is flowing in the same directions. I've tried to rotate some of the things around to, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking maybe I can bump up the normal just to make this a little bit kind of like that, maybe. So it's a little bit, there's a little bit more, you can see that a little bit better, that the normal details. And but yeah, I need to fix the particular mesh that's on the bottom so that the flow is in the proper direction. So yeah, okay. So as we're expanding on this, let's add in some decals just to fill in some of these walls with stuff, and also kind of this drainage area around here. Let me see, where was I looking for decals? Oh, there we go. I'm happy to say that I remember the name of it. I was trying to figure out what did I call this? like a caution line, or what was it? And I guess it was called caution line. So, something like this going around here. And let me see, I need to also fix the decals to uh oh, your shift. Sorry, I just saw that. And I'm new here. Just wanted to know what kind of. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, like Fifth Vertex was saying, it's a first-person adventure game, and it is um, first-person shooter adventure game. Um, I will throw action in there because there's also some shooting, taking out enemies, and it's single player, story driven. Basically, you enter this world, which is kind of in the style of Far Cry slash Days Gone um, type of a world, and so there is this line here that you see is uh, used in many other games where like there's like a plane crash, right? But in this case, your plane malfunctions and it's about to crash, so you have three different locations that you're going to be able to jump out of the airplane, right? So once you land, kind of you pass out, you get up and then you interact with different characters at different jump points, and the initial missions are going to be different, right? So in the end, they're going to all converge into like a single thread, and from there on, it's going to continue on with the main storyline, so to speak. So yeah, depending on where you jump out of the airplane, you're going to start a little bit different. That was a little bit of my idea on, you know, adding a little bit more playing time. So yeah, Um, and across the world, you'll be interacting with different friendly NPCs. There's like the bad guys that have kind of locked in these friendly NPCs to the kind of the confines of the town. And over here, there's like a factory as well. So you'll need to interact with the NPCs and kind of get an idea of what has happened in this world. And it's kind of that's where the story is going to take you. So that's really it in a nutshell. Jimmy Snaps, NBA, not NBA. Sorry. Hey, Maestro. Oh, awesome. Let me know how it works. And Tortureland, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah. So currently, what I'm working on is, as I'm preparing to do a demo. Currently, I'm working on getting the town area situated, so you'll be able to navigate the town and reach some of the NPCs and kind of like the first missions of the game from one of the fall locations, So like I said, there's like three fall locations, and for the demo is um, I'm trying to have the first missions in one of the fall locations, which is closer to the town. So that's why, kind of focusing on getting some of the town worked out. Use level streaming? No, I use a world partition. So I use world partition, and each one of these is like a level instance with like uh, different grids that it's placed within that world partition. That way, trying to like optimize it a little bit better. And I mean, so far so good. There's still some issues that I'm trying to figure out, namely like the um, the the video memory. This issue here, I'm currently in the process of transitioning some of my textures to virtual streaming textures. and so that's kind of an ongoing process. Yeah. Also splitted the underground from above. Yeah, so basically the underground is a so this level, this sewer level, this is going to be placed on a grid for I believe I called it small asset. So basically, it's only going to get rendered once you're like really close up to it, and the that's basically how I do all my interiors. So for example, um, the interiors for some of the inner buildings, like around here, everything that goes inside here, and I can actually show you if you're interested. Let me see, where was that window, world partition, data layers, outliner. So for example, like all these level, these are like single level instances. And as you can see, the runtime grid is set to small assets. And that way, this interior only gets rendered once I'm like here, right? And and the same goes for like everything else inside of this level, or and basically everything else that's like an interior level. So yeah, and at this point, everything, all the other ones that might be like an interior over here, like this interior, which is a little bit messy at the point at this point. This one's not going to get rendered, so you can actually see that in in the number of actors that are loaded at that one point. But yeah, there's like a lot of other optimizations that I need to do, like the pack level actors, the this issue with the levels, the video memory being exhausted. I also run a old 1070, so and you know from what I've seen in some of the 5.4 videos from GDC, they claim some really good performance improvement for like Lumen and everything else. Also, another thing that I wanted to show you if you're interested and might give you an idea is yeah, so I'm still on 5.3, but I have some plugins that have not been updated to 5.4, so that's what I'm waiting for. But here's another maybe it might be helpful to somebody because I was trying to do this to help with some of the optimization as well from the lumen standpoint, like the kind of the lighting standpoint. So let me show you what I did. So in my settings here on the video, I have set um, a few options for GI for like global illuminations. So there's only you can set it so it's all areas. So basically everything is using lumen. I can set it to be disabled, or I can set it to so it's used only on interiors. So basically, like exteriors, are going to actually come out of this. And you might be able to see some improvements like right now in the frame rate. I have kind of a bunch of tabs open, so that's why it's not running perfectly. But you see like right now it's like at 36, 37. So let's see if I was to go in and video, enable it for all areas. Let's see, am I gonna, oh shoot, I forgot to exit properly. And yeah, Nanite, I haven't used Nanite just from, just because I have a really a low-end video card, right? So whenever I try to use Nanite, it just kills performance. And I haven't seen like really a need to use Nanite. Like there's like the natural assets that I use for Nanite, but everything else seems to be working fine just the way it is. But oh, it works better. That's good. But see, this is what I wanted to show you. Like right now, it's running at around 34, 33, 34 frames per second, and disabling lumen in the exterior areas, it brings it to 37, 38. So, that's kind of another way for performance improvements. So yeah, like down here, um, for somebody that just joined us, I'm gonna try and reach that area again. I'm not sure if I've moved some things around. Hopefully I'm not gonna fall through anything. Oh yeah, it's buggy. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I did not use Nanite. I just wanted to, um, you know, keep it as simple as possible when it comes to that. Yeah, so let's kind of go through here. Oh, and I saw a message. I'm really sorry, Torchu. How did you make the water? So the water is literally just oh my God. I mispositioned this. I'm just not gonna get that far. But um, I yeah. So basically, the water Torchu is literally just a panning detail normal on this asset. So that's all it does. Alignment, sorry. Yes. Uh, I'm working on that. Yeah, thank you, FitVertex. That's exactly it. So basically, it's just I'm using like a panner node to move the texture across, and you'll see that since this is these are two separate meshes, you'll notice it here. Hopefully, players won't notice it that much. Um, I still need to fix the way the direction of the water. So that's kind of a little bit of an issue. So Avi, this is a first-person action adventure video game, single player video game, with the environment quite heavily inspired by, Days Gone slash, and here we go, we're hitting that 2K, which we weren't hitting yesterday. Totally odd. I'm still trying to fix to figure that out, but yeah, so the world itself is, let me see, I can like show everything that is here. Just load some of the other levels that have been hidden. Um, yeah, that's so Avi, the game is and some of the other people that were here, just showing them a little bit around the area. This is kind of like where that construction, that industrial area is kind of just blocked off by the bad guys. The town itself is also going to be kind of locked on lockdown, so to speak. And there's like a bunch of some of these vehicles around here. They're kind of just like act as a blocking for folks. So Avi, the way the game works, the way the game starts is just like in other games. You have a flight sequence and the plane malfunctions. So while it's crashing, you have the option to jump out of the airplane in three locations, right? And depending on the location that you jump out of, the initial missions are going to be different, and they're going to join into a single thread later on. And for the demo that I'm again wishful thinking, I'm trying to get out this summer, um, and that's why I'm trying to do all the work and finish the town. That that drop point is going to be somewhere around this area here, close to the town. So you'll be able to interact with some of the NPCs that are in town, and I still need to place some of them NPCs in there, but and that's how you're going to learn what has happened, and they're going to give you like the missions, just basically like in other video games. But yeah, that really is a um, brief tale about the game. Hopefully that made sense, and that sounds interesting. Okay, so with that said, let's go back into the sewers. That's uh, that's one way to to say it. All right, and just to place some of the lighting around here. And somebody asked about was it you, Bob? What's a decal? Or I saw a message, and my apologies if I skipped that. Uh, oh yeah, Bob. So what is a decal? Decal is literally um, well, it is an actor, right? And it's you know, like a decal actor. So all that it does, it just has this image that is kind of, I would say, projected onto a surface, and that's what it does. And you know, it's usually transparent or whatever you want it, however you want to set it. But it's perfect to like adding things like this, you know, like this caution line around here, and we'll throw in a bunch more because you know they're very useful. Yeah, yeah. Um, oh, Alvi, thank you so much. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that because again, it's you know, from the aspect of a video game, right? How do you like insert the player into the world? And now that I'm thinking of it, uh, at least three of my most favorite games have been through a plane crash sequence. You know, like Dead Island 2 that I just finished. Um, you know, even Dying Light. You know, like the first Dying Light. I think you start by falling out of an helicopter. Then I think the forest also has it that way. So yeah, because you know you're gonna have a limited location, limited area in a video game, right? So how do you insert the player? And um, that's why it's kind of tough to the it seems like the plane crash sequence is an easy goal to use. So yeah, but thank you so much for asking. I'm really happy to share more on this project because yeah, it's hopefully um hopefully I'm back. I hope. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, there we go. So I think we're back. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it was. I'm back, guys. So yeah, I'm not sure if it was that the issue that had happened in the past with you know, uh, D3D device removed thing, you know, because uh, you know, 1070. Uh, Maestro, no, I think it was just a little bit too much on for my device to handle. Um, and let me see. I think I might need to restart. It kind of sometimes it seems like there's a mixed bag for Unreal drivers. Like you you get like a good driver one time and like a terrible driver for the next update, and especially on like you know 10-year-old video cards, they you know sometimes have trouble. But yeah, I think it was I had everything shown in the level, and without some further optimization, I think my video card just said, you know, enough is enough, dude. You know, I'm done with you. But um, but yeah, we're back. It's interesting. It hasn't happened in a while. Like maybe a month or so ago when I was streaming, and it crashed. So nah. Which GPU do you use? I have one of those old like I'm not sure if you call it a first gen or but it's like a 1070 when it came out. So it came out in like what 2014, 15 around that time. So yeah, it's a pretty old. video card. It works. I'm really happy that it still works pretty well. Oh, Maestro. Working on a story-driven World War II game in the Netherlands. Oh, that's awesome. I do love those games. Like I used to play a ton of them. What was it like Medal of Honor? What was it was a while back. So forgive me if I'm not using the I think that's what it was called, but I really enjoyed those games. So yeah, Avi, it's just a 1070 for the GPU. Yeah, I haven't played actually any of them after that because I'm like I only play single player video games, and I think a lot of them have kind of focused around like multiplayer setup. I think there's like a Call of Duty that is, or I can't remember which one it was, but that I felt was kind of going on um around World War II or World War One. I can't recall which one it was. And it seemed to have some kind of missions, but I think it was mostly multiplayer focus. All right, so let me hide some of those extra levels. But mostly has half of the city from the Netherlands. There is so much stories. Yeah, that's awesome. Bob, I do have an art station. I post there every now and again. I'm not extremely active on there because um again it's I'm kind of like doing doing a bunch of this, a bunch of that type of stuff. So it's I think if you look up my name, I think you should be able to find me that way. Let me see if I can find myself, I guess. Uh, oh yeah, here we go. This is this is my profile, Bob. Um, oh yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. It's I'm not a very good like history buff type of person, so um, I mean, most of these games are made by American companies, so they're probably going to highlight the American soldiers. It's just a thought. Okay, that decal seems to wrap around pretty okay-ish. That's good. I'm okay with this. I mean, this is the only kind of caution light decal that I have. Avi, so I'm from Romania. All right, so let me fix this decal here real quick. Let's see, did that fix it? Oh, come on. Sometimes whenever you have some of these regular like virtual textures, they're I think depending on the size, it might might help or not. So there we go. We have this here. It's not the best one. I'm not sure where I've like cut it from, but let's see if we can adjust the color a little bit. Saying Can we make it look a little bit more cautionary type color? Like that. I think that should do. Uh, oh, thank you. Oh, for real? I had no idea. I saw there was it was happening like the kind of the aurora was. I mean, not the green tint, but kind of like the reddish tint was happening like about that line. So that was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool that you were able to see it at that point. Chad Balkan. I'm not sure about Chad, but yeah. Um, well, though, I mean, Romania is not really in the Balkans. We're like a little bit further south, so uh, yeah. The south, um, the southern, east southern Europeans, I guess. Hey, GRTP, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? All right, so that's looking okay-ish there. Um, we're getting some space. So much space for activities. So much space for activities. And of course, what else can we throw down here but graffiti? And yeah, see now that message is gone. It's not showing up anymore. Eh, so, oh really? Oh man. Oh, sorry to hear that, Alanika. I just came back from visiting a friend, and his place had some bear sightings, going through trash and whatnot. So, yeah, we didn't really go out at night that often. Avi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and yeah, I mean, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll see you on next week's stream. Again on Saturday and Sunday. That's what the plan is. And I usually post it on Discord as well as Twitter, so you can check that out. And I think, I'm not sure if notifications, if there's like people get notifications when I schedule the live streaming or not. I'm not sure how that if what you need to do to get that turned on but yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by, Avi. Have a good night, all right? All right, so I'm just gonna try and adjust this because it was really bothering me. And right now this is really just the only decal, like kind of water splash decals that I had, so I am going to adjust to something that's a little bit better. Yeah, see you, Avi. Take care. Oh, damn. Are you guys on that like neighborhood app? And they posted that, oh hey, look what we have. All right, so let's try and get this area here set up. Oh, the town. Oh yeah, Facebook. Gotcha. And then we'll get this kind of just like a platform up in here and one up on that side. Maybe not that far back, but maybe to about here, just so that this one has a platform, that one has it over there. And let's add some of that. We'll get these extra walls added back here. And then these ones. And I did say I was going to put up some graffiti, some graffiti. So I did not forget about that. So that's good over there. This could be like a little bit of an opening section there. And let me adjust the light. I'm not sure how it ended up through the ceiling over there. And then this one, we can push it back here just to help with the lighting a little bit. And something that I showed you guys yesterday is the sewer grate, where I hope I still have it. Sometimes it happens that I accidentally delete things, so that's on me. But I believe maybe I haven't done it this time. So this guy here, come on, there we go. So it kind of looks like that. So I'm going to use one of those to place it right above where the light is. So it kind of looks like, oh yeah, there's like one of those grates, you know, and the light is shining through. And since this is also just a decal, oh, actually it's not a decal, my bad. It's a masked, but the mask is not set. Did I not set it? I thought I did. Oh, maybe I haven't. Let's try and set the opacity properly for this guy. There we go. So now it looks a little bit. No, I know why. I know why I did it that way. Okay. But at least for placement purposes, there we go. And in that ceiling there, what I wanted to add, and I forgot that Blender also crashed. So let's go back in here. And what I'm going to get is, let me see, where is that, the one that has this one here. So I'm going to fake an opening, basically. I'm going to try and grab this exterior rim with this interior one. And let's see what we can select. So that could be enough there. Oh yeah, I've selected a lot more on the inside, but it should be fine for our needs. Oh, don't tell me that I did not save. I did not save, did I? So let me try doing this. Hopefully I can recover from an autosave. And there we go. That's awesome. I love Blender for that. It does such an awesome job with this stuff. All right. So in here, what I wanted to do is use this piece. Basically in a couple of locations. I'm going to try and like center them here. So that way it's going to be kind of like this, right? So we have just like the opening for the drains. So one kind of about there and one about there. We'll see how this works. And this one was the sewer pipe collector is what I called it. I'm just gonna save before I forget. And in here, let's re-import this. Oh shoot, did I mess up the materials? I think I might have. My bad. So let me fix that real quick, because this one should be just the default material as the other ones. All right, so there's that collector there. Let's re-import it. So there we go. So now I can grab these two and place them kind of just like that. Or at least try and place them a little bit better where the opening is. So it's kind of like the sewer opening. I think I could like push them up a little bit, because the one thing that I haven't done, and that is totally on me, is I haven't tested the player yet to see if the player can stand in here. All right, so that one is working out. I'm gonna need to cut these out, like and that kind of gives me a little bit of an idea. If I'm not sure if I have like a circle that I can use for this. Yeah, it just doesn't have the proper UVs. Anyways, so I'll fix this sometime this afternoon. But this is what I wanted to do. Now let's get the player in here and see how it fits, because I might need to make it a little bit taller. One thing that kind of escaped my mind, I went a little too quick on it. And let's see, paste here. So there you go. We got the player. I mean, the capsule seems to fit. It seems a little tight. So let me see. Let's see how it looks. Oops. Well, it's not going to look so good if there's no collisions to it. Duh. Let's fix the collisions here. All right, so here we have this guy. And collision. Add box simplify collision. I'm just going to start from the top. So I'm going to start. The other thing that I wanted to check is also how it can mantle over the, over these edges, because it's going to come crawling down through here and then, mantling onto the sides. So let's see how that looks, how that works. Oh my God. Uh, I'm such a big fan of that. I have to be honest. It's a lot of my childhood was around TMNT. So thank you so much for bringing up that reference, Alanika. That's awesome. All right, so the other side, the bottom of it is going to be here. Oh, oh, really? Oh my God. I've never experienced that, unfortunately, Bob. I'm so sorry. What's your configuration for your PC? Can I ask? Okay, there we go. So we have that. Oh, cool. And let's add another box. Where is it? Here. And yeah, I mean, this could have been done in Blender as well, but I only do it so often, and I always forget like the proper naming convention when it comes to doing the collisions in there. All right, so I think that should be at least. Let me do the ceiling as well. And because since the area is going to be a little bit bigger, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Uh, let's let's not do it. Let's just keep it the size of this. Okay, let's try this out. Let's see how this works. Oh, sometimes I've seen this happen, like it doesn't load properly. Let's try this, loading this again. Not sure why it plopped me all the way over here. Oh, it's kind of, I think it collides with something now. So let's see. That's why I wasn't, let me try and make this, move this around a little bit. I'm gonna need to flatten these a little bit as well. They seem a little bit too big, kind of these openings. So I'm gonna need to work on that. Let's see what happens now. What's going on? Whoops, it placed me at like 0, 0, 0. Am I still colliding with something? Or collision, let's see what we got here. I don't see what it would collide with. Unless it's just still not enough space. Let me try and exit here. And we'll just do a quick entry through here, through like one of those openings. And let me get the one that has the sewer opening in it. And we'll try and position it. Just badly, but at least that way I can like hopefully, jump into this and then enter that section there. Um, oh, keeping the launcher running. Do you mean on my end, Atlantica? My brothers and I learned backflips and front flips because of TMNT. Oh, that's awesome. I think it might have sparked some interest in karate at the time, which is which is always nice. All right, let me select these guys here so I can move them all kind of around where this opening is, at least close to it. There we go. And we'll see how it looks once we enter it. Just gonna try and adjust the scale of this. There we go. Kind of like that. That should do it. Oh, okay. So you got almost the same system that I have. I think I got a 12 gen Intel and 64 gigs of RAM. I mean, um, I didn't have this issue with 32 gigs of RAM when or 16, where it crashed the computer. This is like currently the only issue that I'm getting with Unreal is this 3D GPU or no direct D3D GPU crash, which it might be because of that level streaming issue. I'm guessing. So hopefully I'm gonna try and address that. But yeah, let's see if we can jump in to here now and see if we can navigate down. There we go. Oh, that's good. So I can stand up, but can I climb on top of this? I think that's what the issue might have been. Since I can't, it means that it can't mantle on that. And that's why I think this ceiling needs to be a little bit higher. So let's get that done. And since we're here, I also wanted to kind of squish these down a little bit like this. So that's one thing. And then the next thing was to get this let's see how higher. 0.5. Let's do half a meter. Let's see how that's gonna look. There we go. And then these ones to about there. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, Atlantica. All right, so let's export this collector there, and then we'll see how this works. I might have to drop it a little bit lower because making it taller, maybe. Oh yeah, it's still good. I was thinking it was going to go through the the asphalt, but it's still good. So let's just move these in place, kind of like there. And same for this one, like that. These I'll have to make them a little bit bigger. But let's see how the player does this time. And there's that message. Like literally, I haven't opened any extra windows. And but that message with the virtual with the streaming messages is showing up, and it's gone now. All right, let's see how this does this time. I still can't mantle over that. Why is that? The ceiling is higher at this point. Let's try and put the player start at that place again and see if we're still having the same issue as it not being able to spawn, though it should have plenty of headroom. Maybe I need to make it even taller. Because usually when it tries to mantle, it tries to see if it can stand up on that surface. And apparently it's still not able to since I'm placed all the way back here. I think it needs to be even taller. Oh, Bob, yeah. Well, if you ever want to, uh, have a look at it sometime, um, you know, we can chat on Discord. All right. Well, so that one didn't really didn't really help. Let's try, since I'm here, I'm gonna try and make this a little bit bigger, just like going like this, just to see if it helps. Okay, so I think that helped. Apparently, it didn't really like the scale. So let me see if I can mantle over here. There it goes. It mantles just fine. That's good. So it is the scale of it. I just need to adjust it to make it a little bit taller so you can mantle you can mantle over here. There it goes, just like that. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I think on that note, that's a pretty good. At least that we figured that out. That's a pretty good spot to end a little bit earlier today. So yeah, it looks a little bit messy, but hopefully once we get together again next week, this should look a little bit better, and we'll I got a couple of more things to do this coming week as far as like the gameplay aspect of things and trying to generate some of the facial animations to go with the dialogues, and maybe we'll do some interacting with some of the folks that uh, have chosen this lovely place to reside. Okay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, taking time out of your Sunday, and I hope to see you again next week. And until then, have a great week, and take care, everybody. All right. See you in a week or less, Saturday. So take care, everybody. Bye.